Four main reasons people don't awaken. Why the majority of the population are never going to awaken, why they will remain asleep. The first one, obviously, is the big one. Because they're so asleep, they don't even realize they're asleep. So they're going to remain asleep. That's 95% of the population. But now comes the important three. And this is for people who are seeking the path, who understand there is something more, yet only ever get to be New Age pretenders, fakers. Or they're honest with themselves and they just understand they never get there. The three things, the crucial things that stop us from awakening. One are our shadows. The two main shadows that stop us is fear and lack, scarcity. And the thing that comes from lack and scarcity, the combination of the two, which is, of course, can you guess it? The need to control. If you want to control the energies, you will not get there. Simple as that. You do not control the energies. You do not control the consciousness. Whilst you fail to submit fully to it, you will not get there. And if you try hard enough, that is when the dangers come in. That is when the Kundalini syndrome comes in. That's when the dark night of the soul comes in. Because you haven't done the preparatory work to remove the shadows, and you are still coming from a place of fear, lack, or need to control. So it's a pretty big one. The second is that. The third is, I've already said it. So it's not just working on fear, it's not just working on lack and your shadows, it is control. The amount of people that I come across that think that when that energy rises, that when that consciousness rises, I'm just going to control everything. And at the same time, without learning to control my mind, I'm magically going to just be able to control my mind because it's going to be some magic pill and it's all going to take me there. All at once. Woohoo! You can tap into energy. You can channel energy. This has been proven. Martial arts proves it. You can tap into the chi, you can hold it for a short amount of time, and you can channel it and use it. When we are talking about awakening, the amount of energy, Kundalini energy, that will surge through you, you have to let it flow without fear, without lack, without any of that, without desire. You just have to let it flow. If you think you're going to control it, and I'm not saying you're consciously thinking this, if you pretend to yourself that that is not your desire, if If you manage to get to that stage and then you try to do it, it will cause you problems. Big ones. And the final thing is not connecting, not allowing yourself. And again, it's a question of allowing yourself. And this might not be a conscious allowance. This might have to be a subconscious allowance. This is why it's not as easy as it sounds. It is allow yourself to feel the subtle energies. This one comes at the beginning. Because I can go to any energy healer, any guru, I can sit down and I can basically block, not consciously block, but I can sit down and just reject the energy and not feel it. And then I can turn around and say, that's a fake guru. It's not that that's a fake guru, it's that I'm not willing to feel the energy. And when I say this, it doesn't have to be conscious. Because you can have someone who's very willing and wanting to feel the energies, and you can have a group session. And there are, let's say, 10 people in the session, and 9 people feeling it, and 1 person isn't. But that 1 person isn't trying to stop it, and they really want to do it. But they are stopping themselves from feeling the energy. This can happen, perhaps because they have closed themselves down so much to feeling anything. They've shrunk so much that they don't feel it. This is very common with, for example, commuters on public transport. Because you have to close down your personal space so much because you've got someone sitting next to you and someone standing in front of you, and you have to sort of huddle down. And if you've done that for years and years and years, it's going to be very difficult to open up again. It's just one possibility. And then there are other people that are just so shut down inside. They're just dead inside, whether it's due to perhaps being bullied at school or bullied at work, or friends that are actually not friends, they're narcissists that feed off them, or whatever it is. And these people have shut down so much, they don't know how to get back there. And of course, the way to get back there is to just keep going to sessions, just keep relaxing, just keep opening. Everyone will get there eventually. You might not feel anything at the beginning. You might not feel anything for a long time. But then you will start to notice your sleeping patterns change, your dreaming patterns change, your imagination, your creativity, your change. These are signs for you so you know it's working and it's building and it's growing. And you will get there, because if you go into these and you recognize these things, you can then start to hook on to these things and open yourself back up again. So apart from the 95% of people, or probably 99% of people, that will never get there because they don't even realize, or they're not interested in becoming human. That's a strong saying, but it is, because humanity isn't about paying bills and going to work and a slave to the process, the worker ant, the worker bee. That's not being human. But then we have, as I said, these 3 things: the shadows, the need to control, and the ability to feel the subtle energies. When I work with clients, when I work with students, these are the things we work on. And we work with the energies, we build the energies, we grow the subtle energies, the ones that we can control and practice. The Jing, the Qi, or the prana and sacred sensual energy, whatever you want to call it. The Ojas, if you want. And we grow these and we feel them and we recognize them and we become aware of them. And these ones we can control, just like in martial arts. And we open up our fields and we prepare for the intensive session. And we work on our shadows. And we work on opening up our minds and our beliefs to not just put them aside during the process, you have to let go of them to fully get there. When it comes to the energy, I mentioned about going and receiving energy sessions. Do you have to do that? No, you don't. Something else I offer, energy session. You don't have to do that. You can do it by yourself. It might take you 20 years. It might not. But unless you stumble across, and it is like this switch, once you realize it, it's not a hard thing, but you've got to realize it. And if you are stumbling in the dark trying to find a needle in a haystack, it can take a while. When you have someone pointing to you, that's the needle, that's the needle, that's the needle, it's going to be much faster for you to find it. And those are the 4 reasons. It's really that. Those are the 4 reasons that stop people awakening. On a very simple level, that is what it is. Subscribe to the channel, share this with other people, and I will see you in another video.